At the time of making this video, I was kind of thinking about putting this a bit more lower compared to Valhalla, because the recent Valhalla DLC just really fucking fucked me over. But Unity, we'll put it here, just for now. Just for this video. In the next video, I'll put it down a bit more, make it high on the list. Unity is one of those games that, in my opinion, really changes throughout the years, especially after the most recent titles. So when this game first got leaked with the image of an assassin looking down on the crowd, I and many others thought it was Connor Kenway. It could have been him, but older. I was extremely hyped when the first trailer came out because it showcased co-op. Then the game released, and it honestly was the worst release of an Assassin's Creed game, or even a game in general itself. Me, personally, I never experienced any glitches, but that doesn't matter in my opinion. The game was still bad. Arno was a good character, but like many say, he is in Ezio's shadow. Now Pispa also had a love interest, Elise, though she was a Templar, or in my opinion, narratively forced to be one. When I think of Robert Desarbre or Rodrigo Borgia and then Elise, I cannot convince myself she's a Templar. I understand the newer Templars like Hafen and Shay aren't entirely evil and have good intention, but Elise doesn't fit evil or good. She's just there to be Arno's motivation, which underlines Arno's assassin's career as well. It's like they don't care about their jobs and they just want to be with each other. So why do they take on the stage in the boss fight? Parkour is amazing, probably the best thing about this game. And honestly, the parkour in this game is one of the best, most realistic parkour movements in any game in general. The only other comparison will probably be Control. The game Control, or not Control, Bleeding Edge. Yeah, Bleeding Edge, I'm pretty sure. The start of the game started off pretty strong with like an anime flashback thing to Thomas DeCallion, and it tells you the origins of the Sword of Eden, but then later on you find the Sword of Eden by versing the Sage, but it doesn't really make sense why they put that whole cutscene at the start and then doesn't really tie in at all besides the sword. Like, they didn't mention anything besides the sword towards the end of the game, towards the end of the game, you know. So it wasn't like they could have done like Ezio looking back for Altair's thing, like, you know, for Unity, but that would never happen at all. And yeah, so yeah, that's my strong opinions about this game. I think recently it has been very hyped up by, you know, just the fact that people actually, mainly new people, are getting into like how the game looks. It probably is one of the best looking games to date. It breaks any PC if you try to run it. It's kind of like Crysis back in the day, and also the movement's pretty good, but like it's just the overall story, and it doesn't. The world looks alright compared to Assassin's Creed 2, but Assassin's Creed 2 does still have it still has its charm to it, and Brotherhood. I would argue that I think this game does have a better city than Revelations, but nowhere as near as the Brotherhood and 2 cities. So yeah, that's my final verdict on this game.